The Strait of Gibraltar, known to the ancient Greeks and Romans as the Pillars of Hercules, is a narrow channel that connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. This small maritime channel passes between two significant continents, with a minimum distance of just 13 kilometers. At this point, Africa and Europe are so close that one can easily see the other continent from one side. However, no bridge has been built to connect them yet. Numerous proposals have been made over the past several decades to link these two continents via a land route. This route is highly important as it could connect the 450 million population of the European Union with the 1.5 billion population of Africa. This would have a significant impact on the economies of both continents, boosting trade, improving transportation, and greatly increasing tourism. But the question is, with so many benefits, why hasn't a bridge been built over the Strait of Gibraltar yet? The Strait of Gibraltar connects two major bodies of water, the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. This strait is approximately 57 kilometers long, while its width between Tarifa in Spain and Ceuta in Morocco is only 8 miles or 13 kilometers. In terms of depth, the average depth of the strait is about 1,200 feet or 365 meters. Though the strait appears small, its importance is immense because it serves as a natural passage between the Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean. In contrast, the Suez Canal, a man-made canal, provides a route for ships between the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. The Suez Canal's width is very narrow, posing a constant risk of large ships getting stuck. The Strait of Gibraltar, however, offers an open route for large cargo ships, resulting in a high volume of ship traffic. Around 20,000 ships pass through the Suez Canal annually, 14,000 through the Panama Canal, and, astonishingly, over 100,000 ships pass through the Strait of Gibraltar each year. Many cargo vessels transport goods from the Western Hemisphere to the Middle East, Africa, and Europe, while some cross the Suez Canal to reach Asia and China. Similarly, ships traveling from the Middle East to Western Europe or America must use the Strait of Gibraltar. Due to its proximity to fossil fuel-rich countries, oil vessels pass through here daily. According to a report, around 300 oil vessels, worth billions of dollars, pass through the strait every single day. The Strait of Gibraltar is a crucial trading route for global markets, and the livelihoods of nearby countries are tied to it. Spain's Algeciras port, the largest shipping port in Europe, and Morocco's Tangier port, which is rapidly growing, benefit from this trade and tourism. Given these financial benefits from trade and tourism, many are surprised that no bridge has been built to connect these two parts of the world. Since 1979, several feasibility studies and proposals have been made, but building a bridge here is not easy due to certain challenges. First, let's talk about the cost of the bridge. Estimates suggest that building a bridge over the Strait of Gibraltar could cost between $5 billion and $20 billion, as it would be far more challenging than other large bridges worldwide. The bridge must be designed to allow the world's largest ships to pass underneath easily, which is, easier said than done. We'll discuss why this is difficult later, but who will bear the $5 to $20 billion cost? Clearly, the countries benefiting from the Strait of Gibraltar, Spain and Morocco, would have to cover it. So far, the political leadership of these two countries has never reached an agreement. Spain argues that Morocco would benefit more from the bridge and should bear a larger share of the cost, while Morocco's leadership wants the cost to be split 50-50. The second issue is the bridge's feasibility, how beneficial it would be after construction. For example, the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France cost $14.5 billion to build, but over 20 million passengers use it annually. A passenger can travel from the UK to France for £121 or $150, generating about $3 billion in revenue annually, which is double its construction cost. Similarly, if a bridge is built over the Strait of Gibraltar, would it generate enough revenue to cover its cost? This is viewed with some skepticism because Morocco's GDP is only $130 billion, which is half that of Pakistan. If a $5 billion bridge is built with a minimum fee of $20, while the Channel Tunnel is used by 20 million passengers annually, the Gibraltar Bridge would need 250 million passengers annually to recover its cost, a daunting figure indeed. The next issue is the bridge's construction. The Strait of Gibraltar is a busy route for ships, so the bridge must be built without disrupting this traffic. This requires the bridge to be extremely tall, posing a significant challenge for engineers. The strait's average depth is 1,200 feet, but in some places it exceeds 3,000 feet, taller than the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa. The tallest bridge pillars to date in the Malau Viaduct are only 1,104 feet. Building pillars taller than 3,000 feet underwater is a task that intimidates engineers. Additionally, the water currents here are not uniform. At the ocean floor, water flows from east to west, while at the surface, it flows from west to east. This means that tall pillars would need to withstand pressure from both directions. However, the greatest threat to this bridge is not the massive underwater pillars but the Earth's tectonic plates. Yes, the Earth's crust is made up of different sections called tectonic plates which are constantly moving. Where these plates meet, earthquakes are common. Unfortunately, the African and Eurasian plates meet right above the Strait of Gibraltar. If a bridge is built here, the consequences could be catastrophic. Surviving earthquakes in this region is, honestly, just a matter of time. In 1755, the Lisbon earthquake caused widespread destruction in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. Similarly, a 5.7 magnitude earthquake in 1960 wreaked havoc in Agadir and Morocco. Building a bridge over the Strait of Gibraltar means it must withstand the Atlantic Ocean's strong currents and earthquakes of magnitude 9 or 10. Beyond these risks, the ocean floor of the Strait of Gibraltar is unstable. Researchers say there are layers of soft clay beneath the strait that cannot support any structure. This soft clay can easily shift during geological activity or under pressure. So, geologists have warned that any construction project in this area could fail disastrously because of these clay channels. However, this doesn't mean the two continents cannot be connected in any way. Alternatives like an underwater tunnel, similar to the Channel Tunnel between the United Kingdom and France, have been proposed. But this would further increase the project's cost, raising questions about its feasibility. On the other hand, Spain and European Union countries believe that building a tunnel or bridge could lead to an influx of African refugees or illegal immigrants into Europe, which would be difficult to control. These are the reasons why, despite the short distance between the two continents, no bridge has been built over the Strait of Gibraltar.